A full house expected here tonight, Coach, over 70,000, and the fans still filing into Mercedes-Benz Stadium just west of downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene, the Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And Jeffrey's got it. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. He had the start to a season a week ago that everybody wants to have, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Can he do it a second time?
He can. He absolutely positively can because of the skill set. When people adjust to him, he has a great ability to adjust himself and make them continue to chase him throughout the game.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is When they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They run with Howard, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Try to punch it in with Howard, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
They'll try to run with Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
on play action. Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 1-yard line.
Ready, blue 80, Mike 25. Number 53, Mike 53. We didn't want this. 51. Mike 53. 53, Mike. Rip left, rip left.
Now Ryan back into his end zone. His throw incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone. Ryan, he's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 48-yard line.
Check. Buzz.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Now Ito Smith takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
From the 36, Ryan got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. First catch for the NFL's leader in receiving yards a year ago, and a 1st down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Eagles' 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Ready to go.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To try again after the sack. Ryan, it's hauled in by Torrey Smith. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught, Jones. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. Ryan now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Ready, get ready. 25. Watch the screen.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run it. Freeman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come off the ball. Gun. Let's go, right here. Right there.
Ryan. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Ryan. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Another run here with Sanders. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
120! Here we go, D, get off the field.
They'll run with Sanders. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Once again with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Johnny, blue 80, white 25. Hey, Tuesday. Check three.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
The Eagles take over.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Stay with your man.
From the 44, Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You ain't got nothing.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Eagles 28, Falcons 7.
Got it. 280. Check. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Yeah.
They go play action now. Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, Rick Lance. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, wahoo. 53 is the mic.
4th down. Here's Ryan. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Go. 180. Here we go.
On 1st down, Wentz. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Ryan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll go again with Sanders. And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons cut into that lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and think, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Wentz now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Taken down back at the 50-yard line.
120! Target!
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it